Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gurave Sarvalokana, Vishaje Bhavarogina, Nidhaye Sarva Vidyana, Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Let's begin with a story. There was a blind man who wanted to go on a pilgrimage. It was a long way and had to move through a desert as well. It so happened that he came in contact with another person who was going in the same direction. So they both started going together, walking together. And they become good friends. It was winter time. One night they slept in the desert. In the morning, the blind man woke up. He tried to look for his stick, but he couldn't find the stick. As he was searching for a stick, he found one more thing which looked like a stick. It was actually a snake which had frozen in the cold. So the blind person picked it up, assuming it as another stick. And he thought, God has been so kind. My original stick was a bit tattered, could have broken any time, has now granted me a new one. So he got hold of it, and then when it got ready to move on, when this friend came in and said, "What are you doing? You're holding on to a snake, just let go of it." This person said, "What are you telling? No, this is a better stick than what I had. You are jealous of me that I found it first. You're waiting for me to throw it away so that you can pick it up. I may be blind, but I'm not unintelligent. I understand the ways of the world." The friend pleaded with him, "No, look, I've got my own stick, and what you're doing is pretty dangerous." The blind man wouldn't listen. He became very angry with his friend and said, "Let's part ways from here. I will go on my own." So he started walking away on his own. After a while, as the sun came up, the body of the snake became a little warm. It came out of its frozen state and then bit this blind person. This is the state of life in the world. We hold on to the samsara thinking it is our support. It's actually our poison. We rely on our pleasures as the source of joy, but they are the ones which drain all your energy and take you far away from wisdom. The wise men come to you and say, "Come on, drop it. It's going to hurt you in the long run. You're going to suffer because of this." But then we don't trust them. There are people who still think somebody else is jealous of them and telling them to drop things. So when given a choice to drop your samsara or the pleasures, you choose to drop the wisdom. You hold on to the pleasures, you hold on to the world, but very easily you can drop the path, drop your practices. Isn't this the reality we see in life? People come to the spiritual path only for their own convenience, not to make any transformatory jump in their life. Within their own boundaries, they want things to work for them. And when somebody says, no, it's not going to work that way, then you detest the path, you change the path, change the masters, go somewhere else where somebody says yes to your yes. But the masters are not only intelligent and skilled, but they are also full of compassion. They can't see you suffering. They want to make sure that you realize what mistake you are doing. So sometimes they start lying to you. If you listen to the Ashtavakra, one of the talks, Gurudev says, no suffering can touch you, but when I tell that you don't understand, so I have to start lying to you, tell a whole set of lies. Meditate, your focus will increase, your health will improve, your so on and so forth. You'll be more relaxed. Then you feel, okay, yeah, this makes sense. If I say this world is an illusion, drop it, you won't be able to drop it. You won't even understand. You won't even agree with me. You probably will move away from me. So I have to say a few things which you like, so that you stay here for a little longer. That is not the true purpose of spirituality. These are all byproducts. Having a better health, understanding life better, becoming more skillful, having more focus, being steady. All these are byproducts of spirituality. They are not the end points. The end point is for you to realize who you really are. The master wants to reveal to you your true identity, because that is the only thing which is going to raise you above suffering. But when he gives it to you as a statement, you don't agree with it. Either because you are not in the same realm or you refuse to accept it. So he has to slowly and steadily start giving you things which you like. So knowledge moves through 3 stages. The first is listening to knowledge, then experiencing the knowledge, and the third is living the knowledge. Even to listen to knowledge, you need a lot of samskara, a lot of good impressions need to be there. Otherwise, people can't sit for 10 minutes listening to knowledge. It just appears so boring. Either they don't understand or they don't find any taste in it. So listening is the first step. And it is not enough. Many people think if I read many scriptures, I listen to talks, and I'm transformed. No, it doesn't get that way. You have to experience what you have listened. Only then you can live the truth. This process of experiencing is meditation. When the knowledge passes through meditation, then what you have heard starts making sense. And only then, only after that, you can start living it. When you do the Kriya, you experience a realm which you can't explain, can't express. Suddenly your logic is broken, is shaken. Then you think, oh yes, so far I thought only what I understand is reality. But there is something here which I've experienced, but I don't understand it. So there is something which is beyond my perception. So let me explore this. So you stay a little longer. You stay a little longer, and slowly, the Master will take you to that stage where he says, look, you experience this. That is what you are. You are that. And this first stage of understanding the truth, understanding the knowledge, comes with what's called as enquiry. In Sanskrit, it is called Vichara. Vichara is reflecting on life and asking questions about it, not accepting the status quo as it is. You're asking, why is everything like this? Is there a way? Is there something more? The more sensitive you are to life, the more inquisitive you become about life. We are by nature inquisitive, but our inquisitiveness, our curiosity is all about the outer. Do you see? Interest in the outer is gossip. We recently, after our Creon, one of the weekdays, we went to have breakfast together. And there, when we went, were sitting in the breakfast table, one of our co-meditators met somebody else with whom they worked probably 10 years ago. And they sat next to each other and spoke for half an hour throughout the breakfast. But where is that person? Where is that person? Where is he doing? What is he doing? All their people with whom they had worked together. For half an hour, they spoke only about something else or somebody else. Very interestedly, with a lot of enthusiasm. When will you speak about yourself with that same enthusiasm? When will you at least reflect upon yourself with the same enthusiasm? This enthusiastic inquiry into yourself is Vichara. Who am I? What is this samsara? How did I get stuck into it? Is there a way out of it? Is there more to life than what I am seeing, hearing, touching, tasting? Why am I here? This is Vichara. In our existence, we have a peripheral aspect and a central aspect. The material aspect of our existence is the periphery. And central, we are the core. The spirit is the core. In a circle, there are many peripheral points, but there is only one center, which keeps all these peripheral points together. Without a center, there is no periphery at all. So the periphery is diverse, multiple, but the center is one. And realizing that I am that center. My true identity is not this varying, diverse periphery. It's only a projection of the center. I am truly the one in the center. That is understanding knowledge. We recently went to meet Gurudev. There were about 5,000 people there on that day for darshan. And all these 5,000 people are very variable. They come from different countries, colors, races, religions, preferences, attitudes to life. But what is it that kept them all together? This one uplifted consciousness. In the middle of this consciousness, around this consciousness, we all were aligned. What was common amongst all these 4,000-5,000 people was this oneness, which was right in the middle. And the moment Gurudev walked out of satsang, what happened? This crowd dispersed. It was the center which kept the periphery together. And realizing that it is this one spirit which I am truly, which is what holds everything together, keeps harmony in life. That is Vichara. And you have to have both things, you have to have balance between those things, not just holding on to the center. Peripheral is also important, the practical point of life. The Karma Kanda and the Jnana Kanda. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, first yoga and then he comes to the Atma Gyan. The yoga is the one which prepares you to receive the Atma Gyan. So optimize the body and mind. Don't ignore it. And when you optimize the body, how do you optimize the body? Right type of food, right type of activity, and decent amount of rest. Food, rest, and activity, if you attend, then the body becomes optimum. When you are able to sit still, you won't feel restless when you are sitting still. You won't feel stiffness, you won't feel aches and pains. And then manage the mind through yoga. The yama, niyama, asana, all these things help you to keep the mind a bit steady. And then when you meditate, you experience who you truly are. I am that. then it becomes easy to live that knowledge. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's important not to hold on to the one and ignore the other. There's a very beautiful shloka in the Ishavasya Upanishad. Andahtamah pravishanti ye avidyamupasate tato bhuya ivate tamoya uvidyayam rataha. Vidya and avidya. In this context, vidya is the knowledge of the self, avidya is the knowledge of the world, knowledge of the matter and knowledge of the spirit. Just holding on only to the knowledge of the world, which is science as well, gnana, vijnana you call. Science is just holding on to what that is perceptible by the senses, that's all. What is beyond the senses, science ignores this. What I can't perceive, I won't dwell on it. So just having just a scientific temper will limit your understanding of life, will keep you in darkness. What the logic can see is only a small part of truth, and limiting yourself to that small part of the truth will deny you the wholesomeness of the existence. But if you drop that and hold on only to the vidya, only to the spirit, then you won't be able to live practically. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, the chair is made of wood, the table is made of wood, door is also made of wood. But you have to sit on the chair and walk through the door. You can't walk through the chair and sit on the door. For practicality, you need the diversity. You need to have a little bit of a knowledge about the periphery as well, the matter, the karma aspect of life. But while handling that, you should be knowing that it's all just wood, it's all just one principle. Being in that awareness and being in the world both have to go together. That balance is important. Otherwise, one who holds only to the vidya will go into deeper darkness. So proper inquiry is the beginning step, and inquiry comes with sensitivity to life. Buddha had to see just one person who was dead, and then he thought, oh, am I also going to die? And then when the charioteer said, yes, you are also going to die, and he said, I am already dead. It is the height of sensitivity. We see people dying left and right, day in, day out. Not even once we ask ourselves, oh, tomorrow it may be my turn. I'm looking at that person and saying, oh, poor thing, he died. Tomorrow somebody will be looking at me and telling, oh, poor person gone. That is sensitive. Sadhana brings this sensitivity. We try to brush these things aside. Even people who call themselves very spiritual, they are not very comfortable talking about death. They just want to brush it aside. No, let's not talk about it. Do you see this? You have to face something that, what is the hesitancy in talking about it? What is the hesitancy in being prepared for it? Only when you realize that the death is only for the body, like we did in the meditation, when the body all disappears, the space still is there, the subtle body is still there. It is just the grossness which has gone. And this subtle moves into another body, that's all. And then life continues at the level of the spirit, which is eternal. So the sensitivity to life makes you go deeper into yourself, makes you go deeper into knowledge. And what does proper inquiry do? It brings strength in the mind. It brings skillfulness in you. It brings clarity so you can respond optimally in life. You know what is reaction? A reaction is a rushed response. Do you see? In reaction, you are rushing towards to produce a reaction, to produce an opposite action, to respond to the stimulus. Whereas a response is slow, calculated, composed move. Do you see this? See, right now, there is an aspect of you which is listening and an aspect of you which is observing. Are you aware? You are not just listening, but you are also observing the listener. Right now, I am speaking, a part of me is speaking, a part of me is observing the speaker. A part of you is listening, a part of you is just staying there as a witness. The moment you are able to focus on the witness, you see how the action that is coming out from this state of consciousness is not rushed. It's not coming like this, not an impulsive action. It is measured, it is slow, it is calculated, it is full of awareness. And it is in this awareness you become aware of who you truly are. The Viveka Chudamani Adi Shankara says, Gnana Chakshushu. You can only see yourself through the eyes of awareness, not through the external eyes. And through Vichara, this happens. Through Vichara, you move through understanding knowledge. Through your practices, you become sensitive to knowledge and experience it through meditation. Then living becomes easy. Living the knowledge becomes easy. And when you hear the master say, all that has gone is just like a dream, isn't it? And all that is going to come is also like a dream, because it's only in your imagination. The only thing that is truly here is now, this moment. And in this moment you are unblemished. Then he says, yes, it makes sense. In that area, you are able to see the snake and drop it. See, you can't have a rope and a snake together at the same time. What an unenlightened person sees as a rope, as a snake, the enlightened person sees it as a rope. But he can't tell you it's a rope, so you will not believe him, because I can see it a snake. So until you move to that, the first thing you need is faith. I don't see it as a rope, it appears to me like a snake, but if the master is telling, maybe it is a rope. Let me just listen and do what he's telling me, and maybe one day I'll be able to see it also as a rope. Maybe I'll be able to free myself of this anxiety and worry and fear. And that is the role of the master in life. You can attain without a master, but what the master does, it makes it easier for you. Even though you don't believe in the words because it is not your reality, but you can see something in the master. You can see that glow. You can see that joy. This is one common thing that you see in any enlightened master. They never appear flustered or rushed, angry or sorrow. They're always full of life and energy and joy and lightness. And if you are sensitive, you will see there is something there. Maybe I don't get what it is, but maybe once I follow, I'll be able to get it. And then you stay on the path. And in that staying in, you will reach. Enquiry. Knowing that the periphery and the central are both important, and holding on to both and moving through both. Staying in the center and working at the periphery. Not ignoring one over the other. That is wisdom. So constantly you need to have this practice, this vichara. Every now and then asking yourself, who am I? I'm not just this body and the mind. I'm beyond. Every time you get stuck in life, you should tell yourself, why am I stuck? Because I'm stuck either in the body or in the tendencies of the mind. What is happening in my mind right now? What are the vrittis of the mind? Pramana, Viparyaya, Vikalpa, Smriti and Nidra. These are the 5 vrittis of the mind, isn't it? Pramana, constantly seeking proof. This is happening unconsciously. You're sitting and telling yourself, this is night. How? It is dark outside. The watch is telling. Because of that proof, you say this is night. The mind is constantly seeking validation to its understanding of what is life around. Viparya is wrong knowledge. What is wrong knowledge? I am beyond the body and mind, but identifying myself with the body and mind as the ultimate reality is Viparya. This also happens through the mind. And when the mind sleeps, as in deep sleep or in deep meditation, this Viparya also disappears. The strong identity with the mind, with the body disappears. Vikalpa. Vikalpa is daydreaming. This is another thing which mind keeps doing. Either munching on what happened yesterday and the past or what might happen, planning for tomorrow or day after. This is another tendency of the mind, moving between the past and the future. Thinking or imagining or daydreaming. Then smriti. Smriti is memory. Going to the future is vikalpa, is fantasizing, is daydreaming. Going behind is smriti, is getting stuck in the memory. When it is not doing any of this, what it does, nidra, it goes to sleep. When it is awake, it is in these 3-4 things. And every now and then, in the light of awareness, asking, what's happening in my mind right now? Right now, what's happening? Now. And in that aliveness, you see who you are. And you see the mind in front of you. You are behind the mind, watching what's happening in the mind. You are behind the body, observing the sensations in the body. And then you say, oh, this is not me. This is happening in my body. This is not me. This is happening in my mind. I am that who is the reference of all this, what is happening. I am the center, and the body and the mind is the variable peripheries. And with that, you relax. You don't get seriously entangled in the world. And for this, the first step is what? Vichara, enquiry. And making enquiry is a practice. And with that practice, you understand knowledge and then move towards experiencing the knowledge. Okay? Jai Gurudev. Sahana bhavatu, sahano bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhat bhavet. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.